for today. My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to be doing smoked ribs on the Char-Griller Auto Kamado. Now, I've done many ribs before, and my go-to method is hanging them up with hooks in my pit barrel cooker. They give it an awesome taste of that charcoal. I just got this brand new Char-Griller Auto Kamado. I did an unboxing, initial thoughts, and seasoning video. I'll leave a link below if you want to go check that out. But this is the first time I'm going to cook on it, so I'm kind of excited. I wanted to do something basic. I'm really more interested in the smoky flavor I'm going to be getting as compared to my pit barrel. Now, Monica and I are on keto, at least we will be for another month or so. So I found this new seasoning called Meat Mitch Naked Seasoning. It's for keto. It doesn't have any added sugar, but it's got a lot of spices, salt, onion, paprika. So I'm going to be sprinkling that on the ribs. And what we've been using while we're on keto is this G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce, which is really good. I mean, Monica said she might just continue to use this sauce even when she's off keto because she likes the flavor so much. So like I said, simple cook. I'm going to keep it simple. My main thing here today is to do that first cook. I want to see how well it's going to maintain temperature. I'm going to try to cook these around 225 for a few hours to try to get some smoke flavor on it. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, not very hard. Get the ribs, take them out of the packaging, rinse them off. Like I mentioned earlier, this is Meat Mitch Naked Seasoning for people on keto, but I'm sure it's good for everything else. So you know how this works here. This isn't rocket science. We're just going to sprinkle some on both sides of the ribs. I got these over from J&E Meats, which is, I'm lucky here where I'm living, it's right down the street. And Eric over there was nice enough to give me a nice meaty rack of ribs here. To even cut the bones on each side a little bit to make it easier for when they're done, and I slice them. I'll show you that in a second. I already like the color of this rub. It's nice and dark. It's going to give it that beautiful mahogany color when we're done. And I'll show you here. Well, let me just push down a little bit on that. Try to get some of that. As you can see here how he cut the bones, which is really nice. So yeah, I'll just continue to do this, guys. I'm going to let these kind of sit on the counter here in the kitchen and just kind of sweat some of the seasoning into the meat. I'll get them on the sides too. We'll be back in a minute. Alright, I had a little bit of leftover lump charcoal on the bottom here. You can see a little white. I poured some new on top. We're just going to use one right in the center here, because I'm going to do this slow and slow. I don't need a whole lot of hot there. So it's a little windy today like it was yesterday. I turned the grill around because yesterday the air vent for the fan was facing the wind, and I didn't want to make the same mistake today. I wanted to kind of hopefully stay low and slow. Now usually, of course, when I'm trying to demonstrate, it's just so damn windy out here. Let me come stand blocking the wind and try that way. Alright, let's do it the old-fashioned way with a lighter. Windy. Okay, we're only going to let this go for around 5 minutes. Hopefully it won't blow out. And then I'll set the temperature to 225. Now these ribs can go anywhere between 225 to 250 cooking temperature, but I'm afraid if I set it at 250 it might overshoot it by 10, 15, 20 degrees. I don't want it that hot because I want to get some smoke on it. So I'm going to go 225. That way if it overshoots it to 240, 245, we got no issue. Let me go grab the ribs. We'll be back in a second. It's been around 5 minutes. It's already roaring. I got a big piece of cherry wood. I'm just going to, I don't want this to burn right away. I'm going to stick it over here. let's put it over here. All right, so I'm gonna put the heat deflector, because I want this low and slow. I covered it with foil so I don't make a big mess. Put the heat deflector on there like that. My freshly seasoned Char-Griller cast iron grate. Now, I'm gonna lock this bad boy down. Open up the vent on the side, the fan vent, and let's get this tuned in to 225. On. We're gonna set the temperature 225. And start. And let's see, D1. So we'll put the vent on top to D1. There we go. Let's see, it's at 75 degrees, 76. All right, we'll let that fan kick in, do its magic. I'm gonna wait till it comes up to temperature before we throw those ribs on. We'll be back in a minute. All right, it's at 173, but I know when I open the lid to put the ribs on, it's gonna increase. So a neat feature on this, if you're just brand new, you push this power button and it's gonna turn everything, hold the fan, and then you push it again. So that way it'll kind of keep the temperature stable. All right, one last thing I wanna do here. Normally you don't temperature probe ribs, but I also want to check the accuracy of this. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to try to go in here somewhere. Let's say, let's go right there, and we'll do probe 1. Okay. And now I'm going to shut her down. And now I'm gonna take the hold off. Be back in a minute. All right, the ribs are on. Time for a drink. I'm having a White Claw Surge, blood orange. I guess the Surge has more alcohol, 8% alcohol. And this I think is okay for keto too, because I think it's just got 2 grams of carbohydrates. So it's got a little bit of carbs, but you know what? Gotta splurge on the surge. And this is my son Kyle.
Hello.
And he's having something here. It's Brother Paul's Cure All Cola, premium quality. Let's see, who makes this? Blue Sun.
Never heard of them.
I never heard of them either. There's a phone number, but I don't know. It doesn't say a city or anything. Okay, so that's what Kyle's having.
There might be a phone number.
There is a phone number.
Maybe not a phone number, might say where it's made.
No, I looked.
Made in so-and-so.
Oh, did you want some ice?
Oh.
I'll get some ice. Here. Let me get some ice. I thought it was a root beer for a second. You don't usually have,
It smells almost like Dr. Pepper. It has an interesting smell. What do you think it smells like?
I don't know. You gotta pour it before I get a real good smell. Alright.
It smells good.
So far I've been pretty impressed. It's overshot to 225, which is what I suspected. That's why I picked 225. I would have picked 250. It would have gone up closer to 275. Right now it says it's 246. But it's only been around 20 minutes. It smells like cola. What do you think?
It has a sort of, I don't know, best thing I could say is like Dr. Pepper. Like it has a
it's got
smell.
a little bit of that Dr. Pepper smell. Alright guys, as always, I appreciate you watching my video today. Cheers. Kyle. Cheers to our viewers. Thanks for stopping by.
That looks like squirt.
Yeah, that's good. I like the orange flavor. Just a tinge. You can definitely tell it's a little bit stronger than the regular White Claw. It's not quite as easy to drink. There's a little hint of alcohol. But it's good. Alright, Cal.
I like this more than like a typical Coke or Pepsi or whatever.
Oh really?
Cola. Because it's got like a spice flavor. It's like a strong cinnamon flavor.
Yeah, cool.
It's got a bit like nutmeg and yada yada, but it's
a little
like
bit more.
It's like a cinnamon Coke.
That would remind me of the old days when you used to go get a soda. They would actually put the syrup and then the carbonated water, and they would stir it for you at the counter. And each batch was different because depending on who made it, some might put a little more cola. You put different flavors like cherry and stuff. All right, guys, I got the app. 247, 225. It's been on around 23 minutes. I'm hoping it's gonna kind of steady out there, but we'll come back maybe in around I don't know, 45 minutes. We'll go outside. We'll pause it for a second. We'll check out those ribs. All right. See you guys in a little bit.
Cheers with an empty bottle.
Empty bottle. All right, guys. It's been exactly an hour. The temperature right now is 265, so it just dropped down to 264. It's way hotter, considering I set it at 225. The 40 degrees above is kind of crazy, but you know, again, I got to give it a little bit of leeway because it's using real charcoal and wood, and it's really windy out here today too. So I don't know. This is my first cook, but I haven't opened this up. Let's just see what's going on here. I did put a regular temperature probe. Let's see what this is saying. Ooh, that's saying right at 250. Okay, you know what? Well, let me spray it. I got some apple juice and water. I'm just gonna spray. You know, smoke adheres better to moisture. Looking good, man. All right, guys. That's it. We're just gonna keep letting it go. It looks good. I'm debating right now whether I want to wrap them in foil or just let them ride. Okay, let's take off the hold. Okay, now it's saying temps 160 and climbing. Hi, guys. We'll check them out in a little bit. Hi, guys. We're at 2 hours. It's 243, but again, I set it at 225. But you know what? 225 to 250 is fine. I understand it's not exact science with the wood and charcoal in there. Let's take a look. I haven't opened it up. See what's going on here. Oh, and what does this say? This is just under 250. So, yeah. Let's spray a little bit more liquid on there. Let's give it a little independent temperature reading. Let's see, somewhere over here. Don't want to hit the bone. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, 168, 169. Yeah, we got some time. I heard the fan. I forgot to hit the pause button. 156. Yeah, we got some time. But man, they're looking good, smelling good. All right, guys, we'll keep going. All right, guys, we're at around the 2 hour and 45 minute mark. So let's see, just under 3 hours. It's at 239, which is perfect. Oh, what does this say? This is around 250. You can see, it's looking good. You know what? And I was originally going to think I was going to wrap these. Well, let's take a temperature check first before I decide. All right, so let's see. If these are already past 160, 165, I don't think I need to wrap them. Well, that's 156. Let's see, hang on. I don't want to hit the bone. Oh, that's 160. You know, I think I'm just going to... Okay, 172. Let's see over here. Okay, you know what? These are past the stall. So I'm going to spray them one more time, and then when they hit around 185, I'll put some sauce on there. Maybe I'll crank this up another, up to 250, 275. But hey, they're looking good. All right, we'll give them a little bit more time. All right, guys, I'm going to crank this up to 355. Let's spray it one last time. And then I'm gonna start caramelizing with some barbecue sauce. Okay, this thing's working great. All right, be back, guys. Here we are, around 3.5 hours. It's getting dark out here. I'm going to crank this temperature up a little bit, and then once we get up to around 175, 180, I'll start basting with sauce. Be back in a second. All right, guys, just put it on pause there, the hold mode. Push that power button. Okay. We're gonna take some of this barbecue sauce. And we're just gonna baste this right now. Yeah. Let this caramelize. Just like that, man. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. We'll let this resume as normal. Unpause. All right, guys. Be back momentarily. All right, guys. I think these are done. Oh. Okay, let's just take a quick temperature reading here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 199, 200, 201. Cover them with foil. Yeah. This is going off right now. All right, I've had them covered with foil here for around 20 minutes. Let's take a look here. Wow. Look at that. Man, okay. They smell smoky. Be back in a second. We'll slice into these and give them a sample. Welcome back. I'm here with my son Kyle, my wife Monica.
Hi.
I cut these up. Kyle, just grab it right here somewhere and just give it a try. Now I want you guys to tell me how these taste compared to ribs I cook on my pit barrel. Are they as smoky, not as smoky?
Smokier. Smokier.
Really?
Really? I think they're not as smoky, but they're good.
I think they're around the same.
They're not dry. I was afraid. Remember, I kept saying, "Oh, they're gonna be too dry."
No,
They're not too dry.
I feel
There's a
like
good flavor. Look at the smoke. There's actually a smoke ring on there.
Nice
Well, you
smoke.
can't tell on that side. You can.
for anyone doing this the first time, for anyone smoking the first time, or for anyone using this the first time, I feel like it's going to be much stronger, and we eat a lot of smoke.
Yeah, we're used to it.
Meat.
We're immune to the smoke for sure. But here, that's the first cook on my new Auto Kamado. What do you think?
It's
Can you
good.
taste the charcoal? It's
Yes.
compared to like a pellet grill. That was my other thing. I think
Yes,
this
I'm
tastes
not as
better.
thrilled about the pellet grill.
Yeah.
I like this one.
I agree. I think it tastes more smoky than a pellet grill.
It's good.
But maybe I need to explore new pellets and, you know, new techniques, whatever. But yeah, man, for my first cook, that Auto Kamado, I really like this. Hey guys, if you like the video, please hit the like button. That helps my channel. See this logo on my shirt? It's on the bottom corner there. If you click on that, you can subscribe to my channel. Please do that. I'd really appreciate it. And then I'll leave a link above and below to my website where I have all my recipes, photos, and links to the videos, ericsmokingbbq.com. So check that out as well. And thanks for stopping by.
Thanks,
And
guys.
check out that new Auto Kamado. It's a good grill.
It is. And I like that it's easy to use.
Yeah, it is.